Good evening, everybody. How are we doing? Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the return of the art stream. Haven't done one of these for a very long time. I have checked the sound, so hopefully everything's sounding good. All art is fan art. Very true, Lottie. How's my sound? Is the music at a good volume? Is my voice at a good volume? I should very much appreciate being told. All right, that sounds great. It sounds great to Lottie. So awesome. Wow, thank you very much, everybody. Let's go to... How about this one? Hey, hello, everybody. Welcome to the art stream. Not going to lie, pretty nervous about doing this. I've not done an art stream for a long time, so bear with me. Hopefully we'll do well. Tonight I'm using Clip Studio Paint, as you can see. I've got it laid out here, and I've put it into the tablet mode so that you can like have a better idea of where the tools are and you can see where I'm clicking. Because when I was doing some tests earlier, all the buttons were so small, you couldn't really make out what I was doing. So I made all the buttons much bigger. So hopefully you'll be able to see. Oh, hey, Josh in the chat. Panels to Pixels says, so ready for this. I've been going hard on turtle stuff since Mutant Mayhem. And honestly, the reason this stream is happening is because of Mutant Mayhem. That and the Star Wars video I did recently, where I did a video about the evolution of lightsabers, and I was like, oh, everyone throw in the chat like a fun idea for lightsabers. And pretty much the common one I kept seeing was like people are just naming Ninja Turtle weapons. So I was like, right, I want to draw the Ninja Turtles with lightsabers. That's pretty much what I want to do, like cross over those two things. So we're going to try. Big shout out to Josh for recommending Clip Studio Paint. Actually, it was you who mentioned this was on sale once, and I picked it up, and I have barely used it since, but we are going to give it a go. We're going to give it our damnedest, and we'll see where we go. So hopefully everyone's got a nice beverage, everyone's got a nice drink with them, hot or cold. Please let me know. What are we drinking tonight? I've got two on the go. I like to have two drinks. Starting off with a nice, delicious orange and pineapple squash. Oh, that's good. Hey, check out this glass I nicked. We were down in Cornwall recently, and Sharps were launching a new beer, and in this pub, and they had all these lovely glasses. And Lottie saw me eyeing them up. She's like, "You're taking one of them, aren't you?" I was like, "Well, technically, you're taking it because it has to go in your bag." So there we are. Now I drink my lovely squash out of it. Hey, Diego's in the chat. Hey, bud. Cheers to you as well. I hope you've got a nice beverage on the go. Right. Oh, so here's... Oh, there you go. You can see my mouse. I was thinking, oh, you can't see the mouse. But no, you can. It's all good. We're all good. Right. So I have actually... I've done a bit of a Blue Peter. Sort of. So here's where I was going recently. So let me take you back through the layers of the image that I built. So I started out just by putting... Let me tell you, if I turn this on, you can kind of see. This is where it all... Oh, the first VHS of the Turtles was called How It All Began. So this is how it all began. I just kind of roughed out some really rough shapes, kind of what, because I want to do the group of the Turtles. And if you ever look up any kind of art about the Turtles, they're always getting 4 people to look good in a group is really hard. So usually they do 3, and then one of them will be like jumping or like laying down in the front. So so I just kind of got some roughs, like this is kind of where I want them to go. And then on the next layer, I just kind of sketched out on top of that. I was like, okay, so if those are the poses, kind of giving it more form, like, okay, so Raphael's going to be kind of like this, and Donatello's going to kind of a bit more stoic. And so I kind of roughed out some where we're going to go. And then I kind of threw on like a kind of less sketchy, more doing the forms kind of vibe. But that will still end up being like, maybe like here in terms of opacity. And like this one will probably just turn off because I don't think we need it. We'll keep this one, just so we have a kind of rough idea of where we're going to go. Oh, so Diego's just on the smart water. Is it just water? It's got like complex B vitamins or something in it, hasn't it? Is that a thing? What makes it so smart? Back in my day, water was dumb. Yeah, good. And Josh says I'm too much of a square to steal pint glasses. Josh, surely you know of the great pint glass continuum, right? They just make more. No, nobody buys pint glasses. You just steal a pint glass from somewhere, and then someone steals it from you, and on it goes forever. The great continuum of stolen pint glasses. Surely. Right, so I'm going to hit Shift Control N, and that's going to make me a new layer. You probably saw that happen up here in the layers panel. It's kind of disappearing behind my camera, but we do what we can. And I'm going to always name your layers. I mentioned this on my last art stream. Always name your layers, because otherwise you just end up layer 12, layer 92. You don't know what it means. So we're just going to call this, we're just going to call this line for now. I'll end up with multiple line layers most likely. But yeah, we're just going to come in, and this is just going to be kind of, I'm not going the traditional comic book route where you do your sketching, you do your pencils, and then you come in and do your inking. Really, the pencils are they're only ever going to get to this, and I'm going to do, hopefully, just go in with a pen and kind of knock out the actual drawing using the sketches just as a rough kind of approach. I am really not sure how this is going to go, but we'll see. So I've got a Wacom tablet, and the little wheel does the zoom in. Just like in Photoshop, holding space turns into a little hand, so you can click and grab the canvas. Dave Burford's in the chat. What's up, bud? Thank you for joining. Hope everything's going well for you. So here we are. You can see, Dave, I've just got a very loose sketch of some turtles that I'm going to draw over, and had this really cool idea in my sketchbook. I was like drawing turtles with really long necks because it made me laugh. So I don't think they're going to look like cool Ninja Turtles. I think they're going to look like silly Ninja Turtles. Oh, Matt Draper's in the chat. Not sure what we're drawing here. I'm guessing 4 spawns. Well, of course, the world's greatest Spawn fan sees Spawn wherever he wants to, doesn't he? But we could. Do you know what? We could do some spawning. Diego says I like the extra stocky body on Raph. So I actually thought like I might give Raph like a pub bare knuckle boxer body shape. Because I like the idea that Raph's like a real tough guy, but also I quite like the idea that he's a bitter drinker, probably a darts player, that kind of guy, you know, John Parrott fan. So yeah, it's just things that amuse me. I see no other reason to do things. Just keep yourself amused. So yeah, I think we'll have Raph here. There's my R. I think Donnie in the front I went with. So yeah, Mikey over here with the nunchucks, which means Leo's going to be jumping over holding some swords. We will see how this works. Oh yeah, Spawn Bros represent. Yeah, we're all here. The Super Spawn Bros are all here in the chat. The world's 4 most premier Spawn fans. We have the creator of Spawn Timber in the chat. We've got the world's #1 Spawn fan in the chat. Wow, this should be a Spawn. Oh my god, Spawn fan art stream for Spawn Timber? What? Yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, we can do like coming up with new types of Spawn, because like last year, or maybe no, it was the year before, I did astronaut Spawn. So we need to start thinking now, what's the 2023 Spawn fan art gonna be? Todd McFarlane's Ninja Turtles. Now that's $1 million idea, says Panels to Pixels, and you're right. That is $1 million idea, man. That would be good. Right. Let me just, so that line way too thick. What I like about this program is I like the fact it gives you these chonky, kind of bitty lines, because I like things that look like a pen. That's quite a nice pen. That's quite a nice line weight, I think. Yeah, we'll go with that. Nice ink color. Probably go down here, do some like very rich purple. Blacks are no. Like always have a rich black, you know. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, we like that. Yeah, I like that size. That's good because I can do some like nice big. Yeah, look at that. The way it marks up. Yeah, that's nice. We like this very much. Oh, Dave Burford says, I want you to commission my Final Fantasy 14 characters. Yeah, this guy knows his Roman numerals. Yeah, I could do that. No, do you know what? No, I won't. No, I won't. As a rule, I don't accept commissions, and I'll tell you why. Because Diego will tell you. Diego commissioned me. Diego, was it 2 years ago to do some emotes for his Twitch, and like about 3 months ago, he just announced somebody else did them, and they did really well, and they're really great. And I completely understand, because I was like, oh mate, I've done like one, and I did like another one 6 months later, and it just took me forever, because I'm just terrible at self-motivating to do art, because I have crippling imposter syndrome. At 10 minutes into the chat, I've not even drawn a line. That might give you an idea. So maybe I won't accept that commission. Maybe I won't do that. Right, let's get drawing something so we can actually get in here. But Josh does say, I think about your astronaut spawn all the time. I want to try and kitbash one out of spawn figs. So I realised this, Josh. So after I drew astronaut spawn, I realised that actually the design was Mars Attacks. It's the Mars Attacks alien, like with the big bubble head and the like tumble dryer pipe arms and all that kind of thing. I was like, I was thinking, oh man, look at this cool idea I came up with, and I was thinking it was like Britain's space, which is, do you know what? Hold right there. Because I even have one. So Britain's is a really old toy company, and in like the 80s they did these little figures. I can't get it much closer because it isn't on autofocus, but they did these great little figures of all these space people, and I found a few at a toy fair for like 50p, and they're just so cool. I remember having a couple as a kid, so I picked them up just as a little nostalgia tip, and I used these as the inspiration for that, and I was like, yeah, they're really, really cool. And then I just realised, yeah, they're just Mars Attacks, and I just drew Mars Attacks fan art, and I didn't realise it. But hey, anyway, that lets me segue into talking about Mars Attacks, because that's my next big video. Alright, where are we going? Oh my god, there's so much chat going on. Studio Lottie says, you still haven't done my Shirley Jackson tattoo. I don't think that's true. I think I did do that Shirley Jackson tattoo. I think I did do that, actually. I think you'll find I did. Right, so let me have a look at this. That looks like a very long thigh and a very short calf, but actually, do you know what? I don't care. We're just having fun tonight, aren't we? What did I write in the chat? I wrote myself a little... You might have thought that note I pinned to the top was for the benefit of somebody else. It's not. It's for my benefit. Art's a process. We're not trying to be perfect. We're just trying to have fun. There we go. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that. That's nice line work, Matt. And then this foot will like kind of just come out here, and we don't really need to worry about what that foot's going to look like. So do you know what? Let's just not. There's probably some kind of muscle that goes there. Probably there is like a oh, that's nice. How realistic do I want this to look? Not very. Not very. So that's looking quite nice. I think I'll do one like very thin one. Yeah, there you go. That'll do. And then Silver says, I've heard taking a trip to Italy helps with imposter syndrome. Very good. Very excellent. We always like a good Italian food pun. And then it says, you got 2 of those done, which are stickers on the Discord, so I actually still owe you for those. Well, you don't owe me anything, man. Like that was... you don't owe me a thing. That's just gifts from a friend. Right, let's do a thumb. I think like thumbs are going to be a fun thing to draw. Or maybe like, yeah, there you go. And like a little thumbnail like that. That's probably perfect, actually. That wants to come over like this. Oh yeah, that's no, that's not very good. Let's just leave that for now, because we don't want to be here all night drawing thumbs. Yeah, that's nice. Right. Oh yeah, Mars Attacks video. And then 17 exclamation marks, says Silver. Yeah, so I'm really looking forward to this Mars Attacks video. It's been a long time coming, because actually it's quite funny, but obviously everything takes absolutely ages with me. Like I'm just generally quite slow at getting videos out, especially apparently if I say I won't. If I say, oh yeah, that's just on the horizon, that'll be ready anytime soon, that's almost like a guarantee that the video won't be out for absolutely ages. That's a nice looking bit of thumb. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh, that just came out perfect. But yeah, so the Mars Attacks video is actually, funnily enough, I decided, I was like, I'm going to get that out real quick, get that done. And I bought all 3 of these Mars Attacks figures, I don't know, a year ago, maybe, probably more, like 2 years ago probably. And I took them out of the packaging to get these floppy disks that come with the toys, because that's what I wanted to do, just like the Independence Day one. And it turns out, unlike the Independence Day toys, where there's 11 figures with 11 floppy disks, and each one comes with a specific floppy disk, the Mars Attacks ones are completely random. So I bought 3 toys, but it turns out I got the same floppy disk twice. I won't put this in the video, so this is stream exclusive content. But I had to buy the same toy again, and it's, long story short, I had to end up getting one shipped from America in order to get the right floppy disk. So it was a right ordeal for a video that is guaranteed to get about 250 views. But boy, was it worth it. Oh wow. Matt Draper says, well, wait, I want a Shirley Jackson tattoo by Matty too. Okay, great. Lottie says, fine, we'll all get Shirley Jackson tattoos by Matty. I mean, I guess I'm fine with that. I just, you know, the caveat is you just have to wait about 5 years to get your tattoo design. I'm really bad. I'm really bad. I'm a terrible person. Maybe that's like, yeah, yeah, and then like that. Oh yeah, that's actually lovely. That will do really nicely. Let's get some forearm action. Oh, that was actually really good. I want chonky. Yeah, there we go. And then like a big, yeah, there we go. And then this is just like that part of the arm. You know that part. Perfect. Perfect, actually. Nice big shoulder. Does that look symmetrical? Looks symmetrical enough to me. Right. Oh, the Sensational Blog says, hello, Dave recommended I come watch. Thanks, Dave. And thanks, Sensational Blog, for taking such great advice. Glad to see you here. Let's get his big manly breasts done. I want to get them with like, I like it when the turtles have real big shells. Like I noticed some art of the turtles kind of just draws them with 6-packs, and I'm like, nah, they want to have big ass shells on the front. Like, yeah, that's it, like this kind of vibe. And then like yeah, that's perfect. That'll do really nicely. We can just chip off that, hit E to get your eraser. Don't have to be perfect with it. You can also flip over your Wacom, flip over the tool so it has an eraser on one side and a pen on the other, but I'm just a bit slightly quicker doing it on the keyboard, so that works for me. Do we have Chill Hop Spring 2019 playing in the background? Dio says, bruh, do you know Beats to Study To by heart? I don't know what it's called, so I just have, also props to Diego for this, I'm using Pretzel Rocks, which is a little, they've got a desktop app now, so it's basically very similar to Spotify, where just lots of artists give up their artwork, and it's all royalty free, and there's even like a YouTube friendly sort of filter, so you can make sure that you don't get any content ID, which is pretty cool, because I'm pretty sure there's now copyrighted material on it, which isn't really the same, you know, that's not really the reason I downloaded it in the first place. So let's get some, there we go. Yeah, there we go, that's nice. Get some of this going on. So one of the things I want to get better at is actually being a bit more confident with laying down traditional like inking, getting really dark, and it's not something that I'm particularly confident with. And so hopefully, I was hoping this stream was going to help with some of that. So I like how a minute ago I spent all that time erasing those lines really carefully, then I just scrubbed over them. Yeah, anyway, doesn't matter. Like this, maybe this line, you know how like, yeah, like just when big guys get that kind of line down the middle. Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. All I listen to is lo-fi these days, says Studio Lottie. It's actually true. I can confirm it. I live with her. Right, let's go with leg. Now the problem... Oh no, because it's cool because they just have that thing. They do that thing, don't they, where you go, what does a Ninja Turtle do in the middle between the shell but it's okay. They just you just kind of draw like... You just do like this, and then you just go, oh yeah, this is like the middle shell bit. And then you can just kind of shade it out a bit. It's just that. It just looks like that basically. And then we can do some shell. Ooh, oh man, that's coming together. Probably shade a bit of that out. Oh, that's nice. That do a bit of Esquerra style mark making in there. Ooh. Yeah, no, that's nice. I think maybe this could just be a bit darker, to be honest. It is the bit that's in between the shell, so shade that out nice. Shade that out nice. Sensational Blog says he gives the bestest advice, honestly. Well, that's Dave for you. And I mean, I agree. He told you to come watch my stream, so that's pretty damn good advice. It's pretty damn good advice. Oh, that's nice. I like the way that's coming together. I will chip that bit out, though. I will chip that bit out. But yeah, that's looking all right. I like his little fitsies coming together. But what I want to do is do a little... I want to get some, like... What I want is for their little legs to just go and... I want them to shade down. If I'm honest. I think that would look really cool. So what I might just do is this. So I've been looking at a lot of, like... inkers who I like, people whose work I basically would like to steal. So like your Daniel Warren Johnsons of the world, your Jay Lees, people like that, and just going, yeah, I'd like to be able to do that kind of thing. And they, you know, there's that whole thing where you go, well, I couldn't do that, but it's okay for them to do it. Like they just have just such a level of wild abandon where they're perfectly happy to put down some huge chunks of black, of just big chunky ink right on top of their work, and you're like, oh well, I couldn't do that. Obviously that wouldn't work for me. That only works for them. And of course you realise that's nonsense. It's alright, we're going to figure some things out. This is coming on alright, I think. It's coming on alright. So what are we saying? Silver Surfpunk says the floppy disk vids are the absolute best. Very important vids. I mean, I really like doing them, and that's the important thing as far as it goes, because although it's very kind that you say they're very important vids, not many people agree with you. And that's like, okay, like I'm all right with that. I don't need necessarily YouTube to agree with me that my videos are kind of worthwhile. It'd be nice, but it's not necessary. So these are going to be... So the idea is we're going to have like... They're going to be holding like little lightsabers. This is kind of based on the little video I did about lightsabers. So just kind of being mindful of... Eventually there's going to need to be some little lightsabers coming out there. But yeah, I really like doing those videos. And really that's the important thing. Because... if I was doing it for views, I just would have stopped. I just would have stopped doing them. And nobody wants that. Nobody wants me just to stop doing that, least of all me, because this is my hobby and I get a lot of enjoyment from it. I'm not really sure what that arm's doing, so I'm just going to kind of... Maybe I'm just going to do that. Maybe I'll just... Yeah, maybe it'll just be that. Because ultimately, this is just... We're just having fun, aren't we? We're not like... I'm not entering this into the world's turtle fan art competition. Although I could. Yeah, that looks nice. Be mindful that there's a... Yeah, okay, good. And then like forearms, like they get that... Where's that? It's kind of like... Is it that way? Is it that way? There's like a bone. Yeah, it's like that, right? Oh yeah, that's it. It's like that. And we probably want to do some do. That'll do nicely. Yep. Nice. Yep. Nice. Very good. Right, so the chat's moving a bit quick, but Diego just said that Pretzel Rocks is super handy for streaming. Studio, like he says, line down then move on. Yeah, she's right, because you don't want to be bogged down for too long, right? So let's figure out where this neck's coming from, because I want him to give. Should we go like big wide neck, but also like a little longer than you'd want it to be? Yeah, that's good. That's like a good turtle's neck. And how do we want his head to be? Like a big, probably like a big head, like maybe quite a wide head. Ooh, ooh, ooh! See what happened there? That was nice. Oh, and that's one thing I didn't do. Oh, we probably won't even get to colouring it tonight, to be honest. What's that all about, eh? But one thing I want to do is when I colour them, I want them to be the colours of the old action figures. That's really irritating. How do I turn rulers off? Is it any of these? No, it's not that. It's so annoying that it would snap to that. What's that all about? How do we do... snap to ruler? No, it's still doing it. Imagine turning something off and it still does it. Snap to special ruler. Hey, there we go. That was a special ruler. It's not just a regular ruler. Right, so I kind of want him to have a... I think I'd rather a wide head than a tall head. Let's have a quick... Oh yeah, I've got my little zoomer down here. Kind of shows what they're going to look like. I think he's looking kind of squat. That's quite good, isn't it? This arm looks a bit too long, but I'm honestly just going to move on. Just going to get on with my life, probably. But the shell is coming up kind of here. Yeah, that's good. Then probably just like that. And then we'll just let you know the shell there by doing that. So it doesn't really matter too much. That's quite good actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do the same down here. That looked really good. So just going to kind of just... Yeah, oh that looks great. That looks great. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that. That's nice. Right, let's get some... Ooh. Ooh, that's choice. Ooh. Oh, yeah, and then like... Oh, yeah, because then you can have like a little bit of... Okay, that's really nice. I really like that. Don't like that, so that's fine. We'll leave it at that. Right, what we saying? Dave says, I hope I don't regret it. Hey, HPR Shredder's in the chat. Hey, bud. Pog, he says. Speaking his Zoomer talk. Hey, bud, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Very pleased that you're here. Oh, no, look what he's doing. I'm going back. This was not the agreement. Oh, I need to do that. Oh, that looks so much better. That looks so cool. Hey, and the crew. Hey, bud. Yo, dude, lurking while working, but wanting to pop in and say hello. Hello. Thank you for joining. Man, this is great. It's great to have some of the YouTube peeps hanging out. That's really nice. Often you get little randoms, and that's always good, but it's always nice to see people that you know. So that's good. HPR, funny seeing you here, the crew. Also, Stoked, I respect that, but personally, I do it for the views and the views alone. I mean, understandable. I would say that is understandable. So, I mean, a lot of people would. And a big channel like yours, you know, you're putting down the numbers. I can understand why you'd go for that. Yeah, I like this. I kind of like how this is looking a bit like a vest. Yeah, I don't want to overdo it, because there is a real trick, isn't there, to just getting it right. Oh! Hang on, what's going on? Oh, Diego said, are you a different shades of green for different turtles kind of guy? Yes, absolutely I am. Like I said, when I do colour this, I will colour it the way the old Turtles figures were coloured, which was like Donatello was like a brown, and I always thought that was rad that he was a brown figure with like a little purple thing. And then like Michelangelo is, if I remember right, he was like a kind of a lemony, kind of a yellowy green, and Raph was a kind of bluish green. Yeah, I really like that. So that's how these guys are gonna, if we ever get that far, that's how these guys are gonna look. Well, let's get that neck shaded out, because his head's there. We can just do this. You can just do that nice cheat where you're like, oh yeah, it's just shadow. It's just shadow there where his neck was. All good. See? Perfect. Damn, that does look good. So that's always nice. That's always nice. Matt Draper has become a channel member. Thank you so much, mate. That's wicked. I saw the notification come up and just sick, bud. Thank you so much. Super appreciated. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Thank you super, super, super loads. Kisses. Kisses forever for Matt Draper. HPI Shredder. Dabbing. Oh, man. The Zoomer stuff just doesn't quit. Do you know, can we do like... Yeah, like a mouth. So like the top of the mask will form his lips. So one thing I really like about Mutant Mayhem, oh, that was a nice line, was the I like Raph having the full face mask. I think that's really fun. I think that's a really cool thing that makes him different. And I also like the fact, I like the missing tooth. I like the Simon Bisley style missing tooth. I think that's an important part of Raphael now. So yeah. Yeah, I think we'll do that, and then we'll just do some like gnarly friggin' eyebrows on him as well. Oh yeah, let's just do like a ton of this right in the yeah, like right in the middle there. Yes. Oh, oh my god, yeah, that's sick. Maybe some like, oh, and maybe like a forehead vein. Maybe we'll see. We'll see if we can figure that out. What are we saying? What are we saying? Oh man, it's moving so quick. This chat is popping off. I just see the crawl saying, "Wait, never mind," and it's gone. It's moving. It's moving too quick. I'm gonna get my little mouse. I'm gonna have a little look. What's going on up here? What did I miss? Oh, look at this. Oh yeah, Diego's got the 2-year badge. Proud member. Love it. Just got to the part where you see my chat now, so that's a pretty big delay. Do you know what's weird, right? Is before I started the stream, YouTube asked me, do you want regular delay? Do you want fast delay? Or do you want ultra fast? Like, do you want uber low latency? And I was like, yeah, I'll have the very low one, please. And apparently it's worse than usual. Twitch is like that, man. But YouTube, much slower. But hey, never mind. Elijah Poop Eater says, yo, love your stuff. Thanks. Thanks, Elijah Poop Eater. I love your comment. So thank you very much for that. That's very kind of you. HPR says, I look so much like a gifted sub, right? Wait a second. Hey, hang on. I guess I must have missed that out. Anyway, let's keep moving. Silver says, if you had to give the Turtles different weapons, what would you outfit them with? Well, that's quite good. In the 2012 cartoon, they do actually get different weapons. So they go on like a spirit quest. Oh, that looks so gnarly. That's perfect. I really like how it went real thin there. I think that's it. I think we've done it, lads. We've done it. Yeah, that's really, really good. Should we try and get some? Maybe just, oh, it just gets better all the time, doesn't it? The more you add, the better it gets. So we'll do some of that. So yeah, in the 2012 show, they all get different weapons. Like Raphael gets like flamethrowers, and Leonardo, I can't remember what they all get. And then they'll go to space and they get different weapons again. But I think Leonardo's got to have two things. That's the important thing to remember. He's got to have two of a thing. So like maybe two hammers, two hammers. Raphael gets Because he's always got to have something that's like really gnarly, right? He's got to have something really gnarly. That'll do. That'll do nicely, just so we know where that's going to go. Let's get moving. Yeah, that looks cool. He looks fun. He looks like he's having a laugh. He looks a bit brutal. But Michelangelo would be good with a whip, I think. Or like, you know, the Chinese gravity hammer. Like the ball on the end of a really long chain. I feel like that would be a good weapon for Michelangelo because he's a bit whippy. Donatello should really have something. I don't want to say a spear because it's a bit too easy. But maybe a trident would be quite good. Or maybe we refit the turtles all as gladiators. That'd be quite good, actually. Leonardo can have like a net. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Will Michelangelo... Oh, hang on. I feel like I have no home in terms of generation, says HBR Shredder. I love the Pog Dab stuff because it makes me laugh. I also don't feel like a millennial, which I think technically I am because I'm right at the cutoff. Yeah, well, then you just get to choose, right? You just get to choose where you fit. And that's good fun. Oh, yeah, one of them better have a gun. That's a great idea, Diego. Why don't we give them guns? Then the turtles wouldn't have any problems with the Foot Clan, right? Just have a gun. Don't know why all these ninjas are giving you a problem, dude. Just get a gun. Anyway. Yes to full face mask on Raph. Even bigger yes to giving him Oakleys like the Michael Bay design, says Panels to Pixels. Yeah, I don't remember that Oakleys. Oh no, wait. I remember that they never moved, right? Like he was like backflipping and getting like beaten up, and he still had those Oakleys perched on top of his head. I remember that. Will Michelangelo have the Britain mandated grappling hook instead of the nunchucks? He still had the nunchucks, man. All right, he still had the nunchucks. They just removed all the scenes where he used them. Let's Donnie going. I wanted Donnie in a kind of like a stoic kind of pose. Like he's like out the front and he's like, it means business. It means business. He's got big legs, hasn't he? I've given him real big legs here. Well, we'll see how that works out. Oh, that's nice leg angle. Nice bit of knee there. And then we'll do the same thing. We'll give him a little foot. I quite like the idea of having like really silly little feet. Don't know why. It amuses me. As I said, it's the main reason I do anything. Amuse myself. So let's give that a bit of scrubbing out. Yeah, that looks good. Yeah, it kind of looks a bit wonky, but do you know what? We're moving on. Moving on with my life. I promised good vibes on this stream, and by God am I going to deliver them. What do you reckon the chances are I can get a remotely symmetrical looking pair of legs? Good enough for government work. That'll do it. That'll do it. Oh, Studio Lottie says, not much lag to me, couple of seconds. Oh, there's a really good chance, HPR, that it's not that it's lag. It's just that it's taken me ages to get around to reading the comments. I'm just not a pro streamer. What can I say? Sorry. Maybe oh man, no, I was just going to go, maybe you should watch and then name a streamer, then realise I couldn't name one. Couldn't even name one. Limmy. There you go. There's one. The other day I was like, did you know Limmy is the #1 streamer on Twitch? I was like telling someone at work. And they were like, really? I was like, yeah, I saw it the other day. He's the #1 streamer on Twitch. And he just isn't. Like, that's just a complete, I don't know what I'd read. But it wasn't that, like, he's not the #1 streamer on Twitch. Look at that foot. That looks hilarious. I'm actually leaving that. It looks like a 7-year-old drew it. And I'm down with that. I'm happy. But yeah, he's not even close to being the number one streamer on Twitch. I think maybe he might have been the number one streamer on a given day, and I just went, he was the number one forever, and just immediately started spreading fake news, misinformation around the workplace. But yeah, that's the kind of guy I am. Oh, HPR says it might be due to, oh yeah, like maybe based on location. Yeah, could well be. Could well be. Or Trident, like Castlevania Bloodlines. Yes, like I can't remember the name of that guy. He's not Alucard. He's got a really similar name. Eric Lacard, is that it? With the Trident? Yeah, good game. Great game. Work has begun on the final Castlevania episode. If you are remotely invested, I started that script today. That's going to be delivered end of this year. Let me see. Where are we gonna? Yeah, let's just do like a whoop. This kind of vibe. That's what I did over here, wasn't it? Yeah, and then just kind of get a bit of kind of collarbone shading, and then some more of this goodness. And then, like, you know, these little guys here, what are these things called? These little rib jobbies. Let's get some of them in there. Man, Donnie's looking ripped. Yeah, that's pretty tidy. I like that. Raphael gets extra jacked and wields a cannabo, says Silver Surf Punk. I don't even know what a cannabo is. Wow. Dave Burford says, I'll do a lunch and learn. No problem. Alright, I feel like I missed whatever that was related to. But, cool. Diego Review says, any interest in that upcoming Last Ronin game? Is this based on the comic book Last Ronin? Because, yeah, I'd play that. Hell yeah. I didn't know that was happening. So please tell me more. Tell me what's happened. Tell me the deal. Alright, let's get some... Oh, I don't want them to be like super hench. That's the thing. But you just can't help yourself, can you? When you draw in Ninja Turtles, you've just got to draw them freaking mahoosive. Oh, that's a shame. I drew all that and I've got to draw over it. Oh well. It's only a line, innit? So it was a nice line. He was a good boy. Alright, so now we're going to have to do that awkward thing where I have to look at how things look. So there's like, they've only got 2 fingers. So there'll be like 2 knuckles. Like this. Actually, that's fair. And then 2 little... Pretty much perfect. And if I just shade the heck out of that, and then they can just kind of sit there proudly, and everyone goes, yeah, I know what that is. That's his 2 little fingies. Yeah, nice. Nice one, Matt. Well done. Thanks, mate. Now, this is going to be a tough one, because if this is his... Yeah, that's fine. Actually, just that, I guess. Yeah. Just that. Oh my god, that looks great. Alright, let's just do a bit of this. Let's get a bit of mark making done. We love a bit of mark making. You just have to know, and I don't know, when enough is enough. Probably have to do a bit of a bicep bulge there. Yeah, that's nice. And then a bit of shading in there. Yeah, that's nice. A bit like, yeah, a bit of that, I reckon. Oh, yeah. Perfect. What's that bit? Don't know. Didn't pay attention in anatomy class. It's not true. I did, but just don't care. Right, Dave Burford says, imagine. Angie Piras. Hey, Angie. When did you join? Did you just join? Yeah, oh man, there's so much chat. Man, this is fantastic. The Cruel. I need to adopt the it looks wonky but I'm moving on mindset in my own art. Genuinely inspirational, and I mean that. Well, The Cruel, if I was not on stream, you would watch me drawing the same line, hitting Control Z, drawing the line, hitting Control Z. Like, I would do that 25 times. But on this stream, I said it was going to be vibes. We're not aiming for perfection. We're just aiming for process. And we're just going to see what we end up with. I'm not usually like this. I'd love to say that I am, but that would be a lie. But if it's inspirational, I'm very pleased. It's very humbling for you to say that. But I would like to just, I don't want to give a false impression of myself, because I know what it's like, and it's very hard to step away from that, to have that level of abandon. As I was saying earlier, I've got I've got 2 monitors. Up on one of my monitors, I've just got a bunch of artwork from a few people that I like, and I'm just kind of glancing up every now and again and looking at it. And one thing I was saying is I'm reminded that I think, although every artist probably does the imposter syndrome thing, I think there are some artists that have been doing it for long enough that they, what does that look like? Like that. That's kind of what I'm going for, right? So just one on the top. Yeah, cool. They've been doing it for so long, they just don't think about stuff anymore. And so you'd see someone drawing something and you'd say, I actually wouldn't do it like that, because I'd be so afraid that someone would call me out for doing it wrong. But this person's just gone and done it. They've just gone and done it. And I find that inspirational. Like, I just look at some Esquerra artwork, or I look at like Simon Bisley, one of the these great artists who I love, who have just such great style to their work, and you're like, no, I wouldn't have the guts to do that. I wouldn't have the guts, because someone would tell me that I'd got the anatomy wrong. Like Kelly Jones inventing muscles and inventing bones just because it looks better and it's more fun for him to draw. I wouldn't have the guts to do that. Kelly Jones doesn't give a shit. No swears. And that to me is awesome. Right. Sweet. HPR. I get it. Lol. I don't really watch streamers myself. I do enjoy streaming every now and then though, but I'm also bad at missing chats. Yeah, so I see you streaming and I'm like, oh man, I wish I could hang out on one of these streams, because I bet it would be a cool chill time. And I sometimes hang out and I watch like the VODs, but it's really not the same, is it? It's not the same as being there. And let's give Donnie like a hilariously long neck. Yeah, some tiny little trappies. Oh, and that's really good. That's really funny. Yeah, there you go. Just some, what's that? That's some shading, that is. Shut up. But it's, yeah, and I feel like it'd be fun to hang out on your streams, but because of the time difference, like, I really appreciate the fact you're able to make mine, and it just doesn't work the same in reverse for me, really. Sometimes I see Diego streaming and it's like first thing in the morning, and I'll kind of maybe jump in for 10 minutes and then have to get ready for work, stuff like that. Right, so Donnie, right? Oh, what am I doing? What kind of... So Raf had that kind of... Yeah, we'll do the same thing, but we'll just try and figure out like another... Oh yeah, no, that'd be really... How about like a really... quite a wide flat head? That could be quite funny. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Diego, imagine working with Matty. Oh, are people in the chat doxing me, saying they work with me? Don't believe them. Don't believe their lies. I work alone. No, don't, and also don't imagine working with me. I'm a terrible person. You don't want to know me. Oh wait, that's a bad quote. Don't do that. Oh, that's it. Imagine, and that must be nice. Oh my God, look how far back I am. Imagine living with him. Single player story game. Oh, based on The Last Ronin. Apparently inspired by the recent God of War. What? Wow, that's amazing. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, I'll go for that. Josh says, I love your functional approach to anatomy, Matty. Agreed with the crawl. I'm inspired. Andrew says, hey, I've been lurking for a little while. So the crawl says that's about Mike Mignola. So I'm a massive Mike Mignola fan. And it's, you know, I've had my difficulties with Mignola over the years because, you know, he's got a bit of a checkered past. He's got a bit of problematic history recently. So I've not really bought any of his newer books. But I'm a massive fan. I don't know if I can show it, but you can just about see, I have a Mike Mignola's drawing of H.P. Lovecraft on my arm. I love his work. And I used to really dislike his work because I didn't like the style, because I think when I first read Hellboy, I was just too young to kind of get it. Maybe, yeah, and then if we do like a big goofy smile, that's just front teeth. That could be good. I had a kind of idea for doing Donnie, because if I wanted to give them Jedi weapons, maybe I should give them other Star Warsy stuff. I thought maybe Donnie could get like hyper binoculars. But also, I don't really know what that would look like, so I'm really liking this way of doing turtle shells, though. Just a nice bit of mark making. So yeah, Josh, when you said I like your functional approach to anatomy, so I like way back when I kind of wanted to be a more serious artist. Oh, I should do a Control S. I bought loads of anatomy books. I wanted to kind of get, oh, that's already very good, isn't it? I already like where that's going. And then do you know what? Maybe this one could be like a little asymmetric. Yeah, that's so good. So I really got into anatomy, and I was like reading all these books and figuring out all the muscle groups and so on. And I got super into it. And I would say at one point I was very, very good. Like, I don't even mind showing off a bit. I got really, really good at anatomy. But it didn't make me enjoy drawing anymore. What I mean is, it's not like I stopped liking drawing. It didn't increase my enjoyment of drawing. In fact, it just kind of made it a little more stressful. So now I just kind of I just think style's way more important. So, you know, people know what arms and legs look like, but very few people are going to pull you up if your sternocleidomastoids don't look as realistic as they could. Like, I really don't think people are going to care. And I think being able to let go of that has been really important for me. Just to go, nobody cares. Nobody cares if your anatomy's right. Well, some people do, but not the kind of people that you need to worry about. Yeah, this is working extremely well. This is working better than I thought it would work, actually. Kind of looking a little cyborgy, which is cool. Oh wow! I want to do? By the way, I really have this great idea. I want to do a couple of Turtles videos, but one of them is I want to do Whilce Portacio's Turtles that he did at Image Comics in the 90s. It's wild, man. It's never been reprinted, but like, it's crazy. Donatello becomes a cyborg and Raphael becomes the Shredder. Like, it just goes absolutely nuts, man. So yeah, nobody do a video on that because I'm doing it. Yeah, Studio Lottie says, you know who doesn't care? The Todd Father. Oh, Lottie is a Spawn bro. Yes, 100% Lottie's a Spawn bro. I'm just catching up with the chat. I know it's been going for a few minutes. But, yeah, she's totes a Spawn bro. I didn't know that. I have the full run of Hellboy and some signed books, says the Cruel. Oh, I have a great story about signed Hellboy books, Cruel. So I have all of the library editions, and I have Hellboy in Hell as well. I managed to get them all before deciding to stop reading Mike. And I was going to... There was a thing a few years ago called Hellboy Day. Do you know what? Just give him a little antenna. Oh, that's so good. Should I give him a little bit of head poking out the top? Yeah, I should. Because that looks brilliant. Yeah, he looks a bit like a cyborg, but I'm absolutely loving that. Let's have a little zoom out and see the two little lads together. Do you know what? For like, what's that, an hour's work? I don't hate that at all. I think that's a lot of fun. Gonna celebrate. I'm gonna celebrate by having a little sip. I got my beverage. I hope everyone's got a beverage tonight. I know I said earlier, I've got some Lily's elderflower cider. So a nice little delicious treat, made in Somerset, fairly local. So yeah, I was going to Hellboy Day, and I wanted to, and so Mike Mignola wasn't going to be there, but it was held in Gosh Comics in London, which is probably the country's best comic book shop. And Mike wasn't going to be there, but my mind's gone blank. The fella who carried on Duncan Fegredo was going to be there. And I was like, wow, I want to get some stuff signed by Duncan Fegredo. So I asked the guy in my local comic shop, I was like, oh mate, so Hellboy Day's coming up. I'm going down to Gosh. Will you be able to get me the whatever library edition I needed, like book 4, let's say. And I was like, it's in 3 months or something silly. He's like, yeah, of course, no worries, man. So, you know, however long goes by, the book's not here. And I'm like, okay, no worries, dude. Are you going to get round to getting the library edition in time for Hellboy Day? He's like, oh yeah, dude, don't worry about it. Like, I've had a bit of trouble finding it, but yeah, we've got loads of time, right? Yeah, okay, cool. And I think you can see where this story's going. It never arrived. So he was like, he just, in the end, the guy was like, it's actually out of circulation. They don't actually do it anymore. I'm really sorry. It's not my fault that the book literally doesn't exist. I was like, man, that's a real bummer. But you know, fair enough. We're all in the same boat, right? If the book doesn't even exist anymore, what can we do? So anyway, down I trot to London. I figure I'll just get like something, you know, I don't know. We'll figure something out. And then we get there, and there's a huge stack of the exact book that I've been asking for. And I even asked the guy, I was like, oh man, you must have got these in special, because I heard it's like all out of print. And the guy looks at me like I'm speaking Martian speak. He's like, no, they're not out of print. Like, it's still like they're still well in print, man. Like, these aren't a problem at all. Just turns out the guy at my comic shop just hadn't bothered getting it. So there I am looking like a lemon. But I did get a very sweet Duncan Fegredo print of young Hellboy riding on a dog. And I got that signed, which is pretty cool. And I have a signed print of Lobster Johnson fighting a werewolf, signed by Mike as well. So yeah, I'm a fan. Oh man, do you see that? No, that toe there. I might even just leave his foot like that. I don't think you even need to see the other toe. I think that's perfect, just the way it is. I love you just the way you are. Love it. Yeah, oh, look how beautiful that came out. What a lovely little leg. I want Mikey to be like real skinny. So it's going to be... how am I going to draw a skinny Michelangelo with a big turtle shell? That's going to be tough. Panels to Pixel says, expression versus technique. It's what I bang on about all the time with the image guys. Oh crud, I've been wanting to do Image Turtles vid for ages. Oh boy, yeah. Well, I can understand it. It's kind of more your wheelhouse than mine. I'm just kind of barging my way into this space because I don't want to just do videos about computer games anymore. So how about, oh look at that, that's a great little body shape, and then we can do like a little, almost like a little fold. Yeah, that's great. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, nice. But I read about it, and I did actually think, Josh, like, it's Whilce Portacio, and I feel like you've got a bit of a I feel like that's kind of more your vibe. But yeah, so it's very cool stuff. Very, very fun. I feel like I might have over-egged that. Let's leave that about there. I feel like that's nice. Just a nice little bit of scrubbing. And then, oh yeah, oh nice. And he's got like, oh, we can do like, if I did, let me think about his little, yeah, that's it. Then his little waist goes like that. That's great, because he's got like a big gnarly hip bone. Yeah, it's a bit sexy showing him like that, isn't it? Not outing myself as a furry or anything. No. Complete misunderstanding. I think I'll make him a little bit shorter than this as well, because I think I made them all like the same height. So, mind you, that said, if that's his hip, is that plausible? If we did like if we called that. Yeah, no, yeah, he just have a very small body, but that's okay. He can have a small body. He's a Ninja Turtle. Yeah, that's cute. That's nice, that. I like that. That's nice. And that lets us do an outrageously long neck, which would just be really funny. But it needs to be there, doesn't it? Like his neck needs to go like that. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Yep. Loving that. Let's catch up. Oh, hun, that's so cool, says Lottie. Thanks. Oh, Diego says, good lord, this is already looking incredible. Dave Burford says, yo, I love elderflower. Didn't know they made a cider with it. Yeah, man, it's good. Lilies as well says you can just get it in like the co-op. So highly recommended. And Matty D says this looks awesome, and HPR says dang, that looks delicious. Oh, the elderflower or this snack. Thanks. I love Fegredo's work on Hellboy. I think he's perfect for all those Arthurian stories. Yeah, I agree with you, man. Like, I think it's kind of tough because at first I was like, no, only Mike can draw Hellboy, and I was like kind of worried that it would lose the identity by just getting someone else on the book, but Duncan crushed it. He's a super great guy. His artwork's amazing. Not even just Hellboy, just his art in general is so good. Brilliant. Studio Lighty says 90% of art that's the best toe I've ever drawn. But I say that kind of thing, so I agree with you. Like, it really is. You just get those moments when you're like, damn, I just crushed that toe just then. There are certain things that are just hard to draw. Oh, this is going to be, am I going to do a bit of actual shell because Mikey's at this angle? Yeah, I guess I am. Oh man, I'm actually confused. No, yeah. And do you know what we can do? We'll just do this. I ain't drawing no shell pattern. I'm just doing that. And then back to this little classic. Yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. That's a beaut. Bit of that. Bella. Dave Burford said, I would never have the courage to do art live on stream. Big respect for what it's worth. Well, I think you just got to get out and do it. I don't think I'm doing anything particularly special, honestly. Although I have said, and I'll say again, I was nervous at the beginning of this stream because you are putting yourself out there. There is a level of vulnerability. And again, I don't want to give out some impression that I'm, good at things. I don't think I am. I just kind of think you just got to give things a go. Give things a go. Because, what's the worst that will happen? In my case, not, just make a bit of silly artwork and get to hang out with all you cool people who are being really nice. So it's worth being vulnerable in front of you. So that's going to be, that'll be that. And then you just do this. And you just go, that's just the middle bit. It's just the middle bit of the shell. What's your problem? Right, Mikey's head. Maybe, oh, do you know what would be great? Just Mikey's have like a pinhead, like a Goomba. I think that might even be it. Imagine if that was just his head. And he's got like a, oh my god, like a, his head's kind of thrown back like that He-Man meme. Tell me that isn't perfect. Tell me that isn't just fucking perfect. Oh god, that's just too good. Yeah, that's just too perfect. That's so funny. Oh, it's just, you've got to do things for yourself sometimes. And maybe the knot would be a bit further back, so we'll just do like, yeah. Oh my god, that's so good. That's so perfect. Like a little thing and then one like that. Oh my god. Yeah, mega. Mega, mega, mega. I do far too much Control Z. Yeah, so Dave, like I said, if I was here by myself, I'd be Control Z-ing the heck out of this. I'd be Control Z-ing the heck out of it. We're just having fun. We're just having fun. It's no big deal. What I might do is I might actually drop the pen size down and do some more kind of scratching, kind of scratchy fun, just to see where we go with that. All right, so let's get Mikey having a little arm down here, just a little, just one like this. Yeah, there you go. That's just a little arm, like not even a big arm, just a normal. And he'll have like a, like one of, there you go. See, I did a bit of Control Z, and it's like we all do it. No big deal. And then we're going to need to do the, yeah. This is going to be tough because, oh no, he says. Whenever you see the little spinning wheel, do you get panicky? Is it just me? Oh, do you know what else the Ninja Turtles need? They all need to have like these little things, don't they? Where are the little wraps? The little arm wraps. That makes much more sense. And leg wraps? Oh, do they have knee pads? Yeah, they do, don't they? The Ninja Turtles wear knee pads. Alright, well, we need to come in and add them. Maybe we could do shoulder pads as well, because they're like, I want to do them as Jedis. Maybe I should give them robes. Oh my god, the possibilities. The possibilities. But we've got to do like, yeah, like, little emitters on the end because they're lightsabers, don't forget. Yep, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Diego says, that hip bone though. Yeah, I know. It's a bit NSFW, isn't it? Igor Sack looks awesome. I love the little teeth on the middle one. Oh, thanks, man. I thought the little nerdy teeth would look pretty cool on him. Matt Joby says, Matty, did you ever read BPRD? I read the entire thing, and to me, it's just as great as the main Hellboy series until the final volume, Devil You Know, craps the bed. So yeah, I started on, Plague of Frogs, when that kicked off. So I started on, I started reading BPRD then, but I didn't stick with it. I read maybe the first, I want to say like 3 volumes. So I didn't read any of the Hellboy in the BPRD. I didn't read any of like, was the second one Hollow Earth? I read that one, and then maybe whatever came after that. But yeah, I didn't stick with it, and I did actually really enjoy it. I think when it came down to it, like I just stuck with Hellboy, and then when I came to want to read the rest of BPRD was after I found out about all the Scott Alley stuff. So then I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it a while, maybe like buy it pre-owned one day. But until then, I just can't really figure out how I'm going to do this. So I just left it. Right. So let's just do a shoulder. Yeah, that. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, nice. That's good. Do an arm like that, going into a shoulder. Trying to think of the volumes, the way they'd work out. And then the arm going like that. So let's just do his little... That actually looks pretty good. That'd be his little tricep like that. Might, yeah. Probably wants a little bit more going on back here, but not too much more. Perfect. Probably perfect, I reckon. Let's give him a little hand. And about there. That's a shame. I quite like that little shoulder, but you know how these things go. So that's going to be like this kind of vibe, right? Yeah. So straight along the top like that. Then he's kind of pointing. Hey, that might do it. And I want to do like he's kind of holding them like drumsticks. Wow. It's working really well when you just don't really care. Turns out that's the trick. The trick, William Potter, is not caring that it's bad. Dave Burford, it is perfect when your code builds first time. Yeah, exactly. It's exactly that kind of vibe. Light nunchucks are so perfectly goofy. I don't know how we haven't seen them in Star Wars yet. Well, do you know the Star Wars, the whole thing with like all the different light weapons? In that video, like, it's so smart, it's so genius to just start coming up with new light weapons. Why wouldn't you do that? It's just fun, and people start doing it like straight away, and then George is like, no. It only comes in lightsabers, and you're like, mate, you just don't enjoy it. You don't like having fun, man. It's not like having fun. That looks good. I'm going to leave that like that because I really like the way that shaded out. So we'll just kind of, I think that should be shaded and the other bit shouldn't. Oh, actually, ooh, cheeky. Maybe just keep that going. Yeah, that's nice actually. If we just do a bit of neck. Yes. My God. Yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of that as well, I think. Just because we can. Bit of the old collarbone shading. Yep, that's looking nice. Bit of that. Don't really know. Yeah, that's fine. See how the boys are looking. Feel like he's gonna need. Yeah, there you go. Just do a little bit like that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. The gang's all here. This is coming up so quick. Let's jump into this chat. If in doubt, shade it out. Yeah, so that's honestly, that's really it. So that's coming on really well. I think I'm gonna come back in and do some more bits. I'm just gonna say this as well. I'm probably gonna come back in after this stream. I'm probably gonna do a bit more. I'm giving it the big one about, mate, don't even worry about it. And already I'm like, well, worry about it a bit though. Yeah, really. Oh, I'm really loving that. Yeah, I wish I could. I can't figure out how to turn those rulers off. Oh, it's probably that. No, it's not that. That's these at the top. That's fine. Guides. Paper. I want to see paper. Nah, no idea. If anyone can figure it out, let me know. Yeah, I'm really enjoying how that came out. So I think I might have missed some stuff. Was I chatting about something and then I kind of got distracted? I feel like that might have been a thing. That's what I bang on about all the time with the image guys. I think style... I read somewhere and it was like a disparaging comment that said basically style is what you do when you don't know how to do it properly. And I think this was someone trying to disparage. It was someone trying to disparage the notion that illustration, you know, like it should always be realistic where possible. And I was like, well, firstly, that's true. But secondly, that's good. Like, yeah, like you can sit and do your anatomy. And I'm looking at this going, I could actually come back and revisit some of that anatomy. Looking at Raf's arm, I'm like, yeah, I could revisit that. But like I said, no one's really going to be scrutinizing. So feel free to have more style. And I think when I look at the artists I like Jay Lee, like, man, I remember in the comic shop talking about Jay Lee and everyone in the comic shop just hating on him because they're like, he doesn't know how to draw. He doesn't know how to draw. Oh, he doesn't know how to. It's the whole like Rob Liefeld thing. It's like he doesn't know how to draw feet. Like, yeah, he does know how to draw feet. It's just drawing feet are boring. So he just draws them as triangles and moves on with his life. Now, I think that is a much better approach than agonizing and spending months, if not years of your life learning how to accurately draw feet just because that one guy in the comic shop won't be able to make that comment anymore. I'd rather just not draw feet and just have a sandwich or something, you know, get on with my life. I really do think, and that's probably as I get older as well, I really do think style is way more important than trying to be realistic. I mean, I know, again, for your thing was, Josh, wasn't it? Realism is overrated. And I think that's also also true. There's really no, I don't know, like, I know that there are some people, so I can't say nobody says this because it's not true. I know there are some people who would read a comic and go, I like it because it looks realistic. But when I think about like my favourite artists, my favourite illustrators, they're all my favourites because I could recognise their art like in a glance. And I go, oh yeah, man, that's Rob Liefeld, right? That's Jay Lee. And I know them because I recognise what they're doing. And that's, to me, that's just so important. And it's so cool when you can look at an artist and know who they are. Do you remember that random review of some Kelly Jones that made me have a temper tantrum? Says Studio Lottie. A random review of Kelly Jones? I don't know if I do. I mean, I know Lottie is a huge Kelly Jones fan, and rightly so. The singer in Stereophonics and the artist. And there is that thing of, like, he gets... or got a lot of stick because he doesn't pay attention to human anatomy, not because he doesn't understand it, because he doesn't see the value in laboriously, slavishly sticking to it at the expense of being creative and having fun. Yeah, like that. And then, if in doubt, oh, careful, the camera's going bananas. Hey, HBR says, Star is an orbit, you never land on planet Star. Which is true. That's, what's she called? That artist who I cited in that video I made. Lottie would know because it's actually Lottie's responsibility that I know that quote. Oh, that's nice. I'm just gonna give him a foot that looks like that. Kind of like a hoof. And the reason I'm going to do that is because he's a shadow. Turtles 2, Out of the Shadows. The frustrating thing about the Liefeld feet thing is those tiny little triangle feet look flipping badass. It's extreme force perspective. There is so much, I think, that's important about the Liefeld feet thing. And it's, for me, I really want, I keep saying I'm going to get a sign, you know, like some YouTubers have those little signs in the background with their little lights. I want to get a little sign that just says, "Why do you care?" And this is a sign that I'll point at every time someone starts going on about things like Rob Liefeld drawing feet. Go, why do you care? Like, I mean, maybe if you're the kind of person who's really into feet and you really want feet drawn well, then fine, I can understand that. But most of these people aren't. They just want to get on that whole like it's fun to hate stuff bandwagon. Because actually, why do you care if Rob Liefeld draws feet all that well? Why do you care? And this is that, I think, was it your video, Josh? Definitely someone's video. Did the whole thing of like, Jack Kirby couldn't draw ears. No one seems to care about that. Because it doesn't matter. Because I don't read comic books for ears. Same way I don't read comic books for feet. If someone isn't going to draw them, or if someone draws them quote unquote badly, I can get on with my life. Because the story isn't about feet. The artwork isn't about feet. And so largely I'm able just to kind of get on with it. And not have to, make that my personality. But also, they do look badass. Because Liefeld's awesome. He's a great illustrator. Lisa Congdon. That's the one. Thanks, HPR. She's awesome, by the way. If you want to look up Lisa Congdon, she's great. She's got some really great views on art and creativity. She's in Portland, Oregon, so you know she's artistic. Everyone from Portland's arty. That's it. That's just his foot in the back. Oh yeah, and then we do like some of that. Do some little bandages. Nice. Leg wraps. Just random lines. And then I feel like, yeah, maybe like... no, I think that's fine. Do the rest of the colour. That actually looks really badass. Like a little point. Maybe I'll change all their feet. Maybe I'll change all their feet to be Rob Liefeld triangles in solidarity. That looks great. That actually does look great. I know they're turtles. I know they're supposed to have the two little toes, but it actually does look really cool. Oh, yeah, this is a game changer. He's actually changing them. Yeah, this is awesome. Oh yeah, leg wraps, lads. He's got thigh-high leg wraps. We're doing the sexy turtle hours now. It was some asshole who didn't pass the vibe check. Says like, yeah, well, that's going to be it. If someone's going to be like giving it one about Kelly Jones's art style, you know they're not passing the vibe check, because if Batman's ears aren't longer than his body, you're drawing him wrong, babe. And if you want to get upset at a man who chooses to draw Batman's ears up to the moon, yeah, you're not my kind of person. Oh man, look at that little long foot. Yeah, look at that. Right, turtles don't get toes anymore. Look how much better that looks. Damn, son. Turtles get pointy feet. There's so much expression shown in the feet, says Silver. Well, sure. I mean, maybe you're the kind of guy who's looking at the feet. And yes, thanks. Lottie's asking me if I need a drink. No, I'm all good. I got my cider. Thank you. Yeah, if you're the kind of guy who's looking at the feet, you won't be shamed here, not under this roof. But most of the time, the stories aren't about the feet, so it doesn't really matter. Kirby's anatomy is super wonky in general, but that's what makes it dynamic and fun and wonderful. Agreed. Like 100% agreed. This is what I'm saying. Like, comic book art isn't the same as, fine art. It's not. You're not painting the Sistine Chapel. You're trying to tell a dynamic story, usually about something really silly as well, like robots or aliens or some such. So, yeah, I'm preaching to the choir here, because I know I'm not exactly. I'm preaching to the converted rather, because I know I'm not telling you anything you didn't already know. But hey, we're here together. Let's have our little rant. Ooh, that looked really good, didn't it? What about? How would the next finger look? Like that? I guess. The Crawl says, hey, I'm from Portland. And yes, it's true. Most Portlanders are arty. You see, I knew it. I don't even need to, I'm not even from America. I've only ever been to America once. And I know everything I need to know about it. Everyone from Portland's arty. I want to move that up because that looks a bit too far away from his body. And I don't remember the shortcuts because in Photoshop that would be V and it's not in this. V is something else. That'll do. Primarily doing that because it's a bit too close to Donny. Oh, that looks cool. So we do a nice shoulder, then a kind of bicepy bulge. And that'll probably do it. Dave Burford gives me little booties vibes. Yeah, they're wearing little booties. Rant, says, yes, come on, let's do it. Like, it's nice to rant about good things, I think, you know? You could also hit me up with the why'd you care? And that'd be valid. You could get your little why'd you care sign out, and I'd be like, yeah, touche. But I'm passionate about art, and I'm passionate about expression, especially. I think it's far more important than getting it right. I think what's more important is getting the vibe right. This hand is giving me trouble, man, but trouble. That'll probably do it. Do you know what I might do? I might give Leo a little Jedi robe and we'll just cover that up. Mind you, that looks kind of cool. It's got a kind of Genndy Tartakovsky kind of vibe to it. Yeah, that'll do. Let's give him a sticking out the top of that thigh. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here. Maybe that should just be a bit... Yeah, that's probably about right, isn't it? Like it would tuck... I guess it would tuck down a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. What we'll do is we'll just do some shading to bring these arms out. Like I think I was kind of expecting that I would spend more time getting the anatomy right, but actually turns out what's been more fun is just hanging out with you lot, shooting the breeze, as they say. But yeah, do you think Donny's getting lost a bit there? No, I don't think he is. I think maybe we can just do a little... We'll do a cheeky little, you know, for no good reason, there's just some air. That'll do. If we ever get around to colouring this, we'll address that there. I'm loving their little feetses. I love Mikey's little He-Man head. That really wasn't... Maybe, so Mikey's got a long neck. Raph should... Do you know what? I'm going to come back here. Raph needs a much wider neck. Like he should, like I said, pub darts player neck. No neck gilly. Yeah, that's good. That's quite nice as well with a little... Yeah, that's good. That's good. Big ass neck. Maybe wonder how big we could make that. Could we make that neck like, oh yeah, do you know what? Let's just see if we how big can this neck get? We're having fun, aren't we? Oh yeah, that's it. That's a neck. Now that's a neck. You call that a neck? Yeah, that's nice. Let's just get a bit of... See, I don't... We're now making up muscles, right? That doesn't exist. That doesn't exist. Oh yeah, I'm definitely coming back here and doing little marks on all their skin. Yeah, that's fun. So Ralph's got a huge neck. Mikey's got a tiny neck. Maybe Leo can just have like no neck. Ooh, Matt Job says, "Are you a Studio Ghibli fan? Any favourites?" Yeah. I am a Studio Ghibli fan. I think I've probably seen them all. top of my head, my favourites are the non-Studio Ghibli Nausicaa. I absolutely love that. It's got that really beautiful Mobius kind of inspired art style, which is just lovely. The colour tone in it's great. I love how the film's like quite sad. You know, that's always a kind of an enjoyable vibe, I think. I like Ponyo. I think Ponyo is really good. I really like the song. And speaking of good songs, I really like Arrietty. I think the end song of Arrietty is awesome. And it also has that same kind of sad kind of vibes, you know. I mean, obviously I like the Borrowers. I used to live in the town. Oh wait, no, I can't dox myself like that. I like the Borrowers. And and I like Arrietty because of that. Just going very quiet now. Oh, Kiki, says Studio Light. I think Matt Draper likes Kiki, doesn't he? Didn't he say it's like the best film after Predator, but before Evil Dead 2? Oh, is that it? Did I get that right? So yeah, I think we're gonna do. Maybe Leo could have like a long head as well. That could be fun. Like a kind of Manny Calavera head. See if I got that right. Matt will tell me if I got it right. And then like his mask could maybe be quite low, so he's just got loads of. Oh, also the turtles have to have that big chin thing. They have to have, the head has to be wide, much wider at the bottom, doesn't it? Everyone knows that. The turtles have to have those big wide bottom heads. That's pretty much perfect. Those little cheekies. Kiki is such a gorgeous one, says Studio Lottie. That bakery, I wish I could just live there. Yeah, it's super nice. Oh, HPR says his Ghibli faves are Porco Rosso, Only Yesterday, Wish with the Heart, and The Wind Rises. Wow, so like all the real people ones, like not so much on the whole high fantasy stuff, but Desperate Dan Chin. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I didn't realise that's where I was going, but that's where we went. Let's get the mask in. Maybe. Oh, do you know what? Judge Dreadmouth. Yeah, brilliant. I don't really want Leo to look angry, because Raph's thing is angry, but then also he is kind of like the top dude, so Kiki, Howl, Arrietty. Nice. Good choices. Never enough love for ocean waves, says Dave B. Well, what we're finding out tonight is that Ghibli basically just make banger after banger, and actually it's okay for us to have all these different tastes because they just make so many good films, it's impossible to agree on what's the best one. Yeah, that's pretty good. I want to have one that's like thick, thin, thick. Not sure. That kind of needs to come from the like that. Yeah, and then maybe like. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This is where you're now seeing me for who I really am. That's it. That's it. That's it. And then we'll shade this one out so there's a bit of difference. Oh, cancel. Save. Right, that looks pretty good actually. That looks really fun. And how are we gonna, yeah, like this. Yep, yep, nice. This can just be shaded the heck out of. Oh yeah, shell. It needs a shell. Ooh, what are we saying? Looking stern and heroic, says. Yeah, that's good. I'll take that. I'll take that, Silver. Princess Kaguya has a scene that makes me cry. So does Wind Rises. Also, so does Only Yesterday. And actually also so does Porco Rosso. When I say cry, what I mean is tear up. Don't take it back. Don't take it back, HPR. You said cry, and that means cry. And that's fine. We're criers here. Oh, man. I love a cry. So don't even have to take it back. I want you to be crying. I want you to be bawling. I think I was telling Dave B the other day about something that made me cry. I can't remember what it was. But man, it's all about something that moves you like that. Diego and we were chatting about this, weren't we? Like the older I get as well, the easier and easier it is for something to make me cry. I used to feel a little bit kind of embarrassed about it, but now I'm like, psh, stuff's supposed to move you. I want to be moved. But I would say the only Studio Ghibli film that's affected me like on that kind of level is Grave of the Fireflies, which I accidentally watched while hungover and regretted. I was not prepared for that film. I was not prepared for that ending. Evil Dead 2 is the greatest movie of all time, followed by Predator and then Kiki's Delivery Service. Okay, so I think I got the right films. I just got them in the wrong order. So, you know, I think I can still keep my Matt Draper fan club membership. So these are just going to be just your standard lightsabers. So maybe we need to do like, is that like, was Vader's one shaped like that? Is that Vader's one? We'll do something like that. Don't forget a little button, little actuator. Right, now we're going to do the thing again. Where we zoom out, have a look at the boys. Oh, that's alright. That's like... I'm feeling pretty happy about this. HPR says, Wind Rises, and when it gets to the phone call and it cuts to his wife coughing up blood. Kaguya, it's when she sees her childhood friend and they run away, but ends up not being real. Yeah, I know these moments. And I'm trying to... Now I'm on the spot. I'm like, let me try and think of a time I watched a film and it made me cry. And I can't think of one, and yet here I am saying I cry at films all the time. I'm pretty sure we watched something in the week, Lottie and I, and it made me cry. I love it. I think it's awesome. Crying's cool. Didn't you get the memo? Only Yesterday, it's when she opens up about the dirty poor boy from her class. Porco Rosso, it's when he has to flashback to the war and he comes up in the clouds and sees this guy, sea of dead pirates. Yeah, that's gnarly. I think a lot of these films they disarm you because you're like, it's just going to be a fun film about a pig who flies a plane, and then they're like, nah. Right, so now I'm going to kind of, what I want to do is I want to come in and get some. Yeah, this is what we want. I want to get some of this action going on. Get some nice mark making. This is the real deal. This is what we're all here for. You're all here for the filthy mark making, and you know it. So this is the bit where I was like talking about shaping out that leg muscle. And then I kind of want the same that way. Oh, tie it together though so it's darker. Oh, this boy knows what he's doing. Silver Surf Punk, the last episode of Midnight Gospel had me crying so hard I couldn't breathe. Wow. That's a crying story. That's what I want. I need someone to top that in the chat. Who cried so hard at something they couldn't breathe? I'll show you a fan. You show me someone who cried so hard they all could have died. I'll show you a fan. I'll show you someone who loves. Ratatouille is my favourite Pixar, says Matt Draper. HPR, they definitely disarm me. Yeah, man. Like, beautiful, innit? It's just so nice, because I think that's one of the things, maybe certain types of people get it, but like a lot of audiences, I think, perhaps put animation in a certain category. You know, like it could never really be serious because it's animation. That's why the Oscars has Best Animated Feature. An animated film just couldn't win Best Feature. And then I think you've got perhaps people who perhaps appreciate animation a little more and realise that, man, like this is a legitimate form of storytelling. This is a legitimate form of art. And it's, I don't know, kind of in a way it's nice because we all get to enjoy that thing ourselves. We can kind of keep it to ourselves. But then in another way, the people that make it deserve better. Dave Burford, if it's confession time, cheesy film I love is The Holiday, and I genuinely get weepy at points in it. The Holiday? Do I know that film? Do I know The Holiday? Can someone... What happens in The Holiday? Someone please enlighten me. Am I missing out on something here? Also, I'm loving how we've got like this is now turned into confessing about which films made me cry. Now that's a stream. Forget the art. Come for the art. Stay for the film confessions. Yeah, this is going really nice. Oh yeah, get a nice bit of chin. Okay, so this kind of started out, I think, as some pretty okay looking fan art, and then banging on this mark making has improved it, no? I don't really mind banging my own drum because I'm really happy with how this is coming out. Right, here we go. Oh, Draper. Same, says Studio Lottie. Oh, that time we saw Interstellar. Oh my God. Have I ever told you about that? I should tell you about the time we saw Interstellar. The Crawl, Silver Surf Monk. Same. I had even heard the episode of the podcast he pulled the conversation from before, and it still broke me. Yeah, Peanuts film. Peanuts film has the same thing, right? It's kind of sad. Like, it has that really... I mean, it's... I think Charles... The bit at the end with, like, where it fades out and it's like Schultz's artwork, that gets me. But I think it has that really... Oh, Peanuts was always a bit sad anyway, I think, right? Unless I'm way out. But I always thought it had that kind of sad vibe. And it's just got that really bittersweet energy to it, which is very, very cute. Just, yeah, the bit right at the end. Yeah, the little redhead girl telling Charlie she likes him, and then the kids celebrating him. Yeah, that's it, right? It's just so nice. It's so twee. But does it? Am I the only one who thinks it's also just like slightly sad, but not in a bad way? Not like it ruins it. Like it's nice because it's a bit sad. I hope I'm not the only one. I hope I'm just like not madly misreading this film. Everyone's going to be like, "You freak! Of course he isn't sad." It's really happy with the way that exact thing just happened there. I'm going quiet because I'm actually having a really fantastic time doing all these little marks. I hope the chat's having a good time. How's the music, by the way? I don't have my headphones on anymore, so if like anything happened, I wouldn't notice because I wouldn't get the audio notifications. If, I don't know, someone else became a channel member or anyone did a super chat or something, I wouldn't know. Right, The Holiday may not be something you'd look twice at. Cameron Diaz, Kate Winslet, and Jack Black. It's a cheesy rom-com knockout, but hey, I don't control what I like. Oh, HPR says Peanuts is melancholy. That's fine. Good. Peanuts Christmas. Beautiful. Bittersweet, says Lottie. I think that's the word. Good. Good. Ooh, Josh says, crushing it with the little hatch lines. This is looking really excellent. And Studio says, no, it's a lovely sad. Okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one then, because it does have that, yeah, like just there is such a thing, isn't there? Just a nice sad. It's just it's okay for something to be a little sad. Lottie, I'll tell everyone the time you cried at Interstellar. If you can think of a film that makes me cry. Maybe I'll tell the time I watched The Snowman. The Snowman, the Raymond Briggs one, absolutely wrecks me. But yeah, so Lottie's very much like me. She loves a cry. She loves a cry at a film. And we go and see... So we went to see Barbie. Barbie got a few tears out of both of us, actually, but more so out of Lottie than me. It's certainly very relatable. I think being a woman in the modern world, there was a lot going on in that was for her. And so yeah, we both love having a little cry. Oh, E.T. I'll tell you about the time I saw E.T. But yeah, we're going to see Interstellar, and you know it's a Nolan film. It's pretty full on, should we say? That's maybe a good way of putting it. I don't want to overdo this. This is just nice the way it is, I think. So I'm just gonna. In fact, I might just leave it. Just do a few little edges, just to kind of give them a bit of. Yeah, that's enough. Let's move on. Yeah, so we see Interstellar. I'm sure you've seen it. So there's a lot of it that's about kind of relativity and essentially sort of time travel, in that time slows down at near light speeds and so on, and with gravity So they go to the first planet, and they go down to the planet, and they have to leave the fella up on the ship, like the Michael Collins type character. And he's all like, no, don't worry, you'll be okay. You go down there. I'll wait with the ship. They go down, and it's the one with all the big waves. And they come back up to the ship, and the little Michael Collins type character, he's got like this big long white beard. And they're like, oh, how long have we been gone? And he's like, 8 years or something mad. And they've only supposed to have been gone, like, to them it's only been about an hour and a half. And for him, it's been something mad, like 8 years. It might even be more. It's like 27 years or something. And Lottie just starts then. I just heard. And I looked over and I'm like, you all right? She's like, he must have been so lonely. And that was it. Like, I don't want to ridicule Lottie because it was really sweet. But I didn't get her back. Like, that was as good as it got for Interstellar. She just got sadder and sadder the longer that film went on. Till eventually we get to the end. I don't want to give away the ending for those who haven't seen it. But we get to the end and it's very moving. It's very impactful. And Lottie, like the end of the cinema, she is literally doubled over in her chair, just sobbing, like fully out loud, like... like racking air coming out of her body. And a guy walking past the cinema, he's like, is she okay? I'm like, oh dude, no, don't worry about it, she's fine, it's okay, we just watched a sad film, don't worry. Yeah, I guess you could say we wear our hearts on our sleeves, eh? Michael Collins makes me cry. I mean, the actual normal Michael Collins makes you cry a little bit, actually, doesn't he, babe? Just the thought of him being up there. The loneliest man in the universe. I'm going to leave that as well. I really like the way that just is by itself, so I don't think it needs anything. Maybe just a little on the arm. I think sometimes I know I can get carried away with the mark making, so I don't want to overdo it. I just love it, mate. I just love it. I think that's good. And then maybe like another... Yeah, that's quite nice. I don't think we need to do... Nah, we don't need to do anything like that. We don't need to do anything like that. Right, bit of neck. David Burford, is this the lyrics to a Dido song? I will go down with this ship. I know for a fact I cry far too easily. Mostly I only watch things that make me laugh or feel excited as a result. I love bad films, especially Hackers, my all-time favourite film ever. Every time I'm sick, it's Duvet and Hackers. A good time, like Uwe Boll's Dungeon Siege, In the Name of the King. Yeah, Uwe Boll films are definitely like a vibe, right? They're their own thing. The first one I think I saw was House of the Dead. And I've seen, Alone in the Dark with Christian Slater. That's certainly a thing. I don't think he wants any more, because if I over detail it, I think it would lose what makes that face so funny. There you go, and a little eyelash. Right. Oh man, let's have a little zoom out. Oh, look at him. Look at him. I'm excited. Angie, the last big cinema cry for me was probably for In the Heights. The worst maybe was Coco. Blaze says, hey bro. Pleased to have you here. Yeah, so we went to... I'll tell my crying story. Oh, Lottie says that's so good. Thank you. I mean, I think that's coming out really nice. Have a little sip of cider. So yeah, Lottie and I, we went to go. It was National Cinema Week. This was last year, before we moved. And they were doing. We just set ourselves up for an all-dayer. So I think we did a big grindhouse, and we watched, I want to say 3 films, because I don't think we'd have the patience to do much more than that. Blaze says, I just got here. What's going on? Well, Blaze, I'm drawing some Ninja Turtle fan art. I'm drinking an elderflower cider. And we're talking about films that make you cry. It's one of those nights. Yeah, so we went to go and we booked out a ton of films. We saw some really good ones. We saw new ones. We saw Top Gun Maverick, something else. But we also booked to see E.T. in the IMAX. And it cost like £4. Like a ludicrously small amount of money. And I'm like, of course I want to see E.T. in the IMAX. E.T.'s awesome. And then, I've seen it. I don't know how many times I've seen E.T. in my life. I've seen it a lot. But we're chilling watching E.T. And it's a very cozy feeling. So I was just like chilling. I'm like, yeah, this is really nice. And then like about halfway through, I think, like the kids are on their bikes and they're riding, and I started just feeling a little bit like a good sad, like a good sad, like a nostalgic kind of sad. And I just started getting a bit weepy. And then, the whole thing with E.T. happens and he gets sick, and then Elliot, and I was just getting really into it, and I was like, man, this is such a good film. This is so good. Spielberg in this era just couldn't not, like, he couldn't fail. He was a master. And then it's the end. E.T.'s going home on the spaceship, and they're all there and they're all saying thank you, and he's like, I'll be right here. And I was just bawling, man, like bawling, tears rolling down my face. I was like, oh my god, this film's so good. And I'm just there with Lottie, like we're just 2 grown-ass adults in the cinema crying at a film for 9-year-olds, and I'm absolutely loving it, having the time of my life. And then I turn around and I make eye contact with a fella who's there with his kids. So it's a dad, and he has also got tears rolling down his face, and he's got his 2 little kids with him, and his kids have not really paid much attention throughout the whole film. They're not getting it, and we just lock eyes, and we both just sort of go, just have a little nod, like two grown men just connecting for this film. And then, yeah, man, hell of a time. Lost my pen. There it is. All right, this is looking pretty good. This needs something here. This is like this bit here wants lifting away. Like that. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. I'm seeing these love hearts coming up, gang. Thanks so much. Who's sending over all these? Oh, is that a crying emoji? Is that what that was? Fair. Right, so I wanted to get like, maybe I'll do a bit of knee there. I wanted to get like, not that way, is it? Which way around would I want this to go? Like, yeah, maybe, yeah, like that actually. That's it. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's what I got. I achieved what I set out to do. Real men cry over E.T. Correct. Real men know when to cry. Silver. That's just the fact. That's the thing that my dad never taught me. I had to reparent myself into that one. I don't think we need to make it that stream, but I just want anyone out there to know crying is perfectly okay. Like, it's good. It's good to cry. It's good to have feelings. It's good to express them. It's good to know that they're there. It's good to exist with them. And nobody would ever think less of you for showing your feelings. And if they were to express something like that, that says more about them than it does about you. Remember that. Let's get some of that in there. Yeah, this is looking good. All right, let's get a little Oh, let's get a little wild here. Let's just shade the heck out of Leo's belly. I'm going to leave that chunky. That looks fun. But I will just kind of shade his little toesies. Leo supposes his toesies are roses. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. Oh, a little opportunity for a little bit of... Yes! And then maybe just a bit more... Yep, love that. Oh, I love that as well. Well done. Bit under the mask. Yeah, nice. That's very nice. I think maybe we can do something like that. Yep. 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 Oof. Yikes. So good. Blaze, love your art style, bro. Thanks, man. Thank you very much. I feel like I'm still developing my individual art style because really this is a composite of all the different art styles I like, which is really what style is. But I feel like I'm getting there. I like the kind of squarer shapes that some illustrators go for. I really like the big chunky scratchy inky style that like DWJ does and Colossus Kedar. God rest him. So yeah, I feel like I'm getting somewhere towards developing a personal style. That looks like some Ninja Turtles. Right. I've given them leg and arm wraps. Oh, I didn't give Donnie arm. That's fine. We can just not do that. Do you think they need Jedi-ish robes? Or are we just going to have them as is? I can't tell. Can't tell where I want to go with that. Oh, I didn't draw Donnie's thing. I didn't draw his little stick. Also, Raf's thing here wants a bit of work because although the little blade is good, that's nice. We'll leave that. This needs a bit of a flanged little kind of. Yeah, like that kind of vibe. Yeah, like that kind of vibe. This is tough. Because I just realised that angle. Do I... No, I don't. Shade that arm away. Yeah, and then we're going to do little... Like that'll be just a little lightsaber type thingy. A little nibbler. Yeah, there you go. Like a little spike. Yeah. And then that'll be like a wee. Actually almost looks perfect, doesn't it? What I'm going to do is I'm just going to nibble away that bit. Because I think that could be perfect. I don't want to be here all night drawing that. There you go. It's wibbly. It's like Kylo Ren's lightsaber. Don't worry about it. Yeah, this is working out pretty well, I think. Let's just get them in like that. Blaze says you're going to colour it. Yeah, I am going to colour it. I'm probably not going to colour it tonight though. Like, I might do it on a future. Maybe we'll just do another stream. That could be fun. Colour it up on another stream. Maybe I could do... Yeah, like, I like that. Like a little kind of ponytail. Yes. Matt Draper says, love Raf's roid gut. Yeah, that's kind of what I was going for. Like, I want him to look like he drinks big pints of bitter and he likes getting in pub fights. And he once lifted a jukebox over his head. Smashed a bloke's head into it. I like this geeky little guy as well. Love him. His little pose. Yeah, this is nice. I am pleased with how this came out. Right, yeah, let's get these done. Oh, that was the eraser, not the pen. What's happening? What's happening? Have I... don't know what happened there. Doesn't matter. This is going to be a tough one. I think you can actually... Oh, do you know what? That looks fine. It's a laser sword at the end of the day, isn't it? Actually looks quite funny like that. That actually looks quite... I actually quite like that. It looks quite funny. Right, so how do... Answer me this. How do lightsaber nunchucks work? Is this just like a load of lightsaber like energy? Like that. I think I must have the little thingy turned on because these lines are looking choice. And I guess the because you wouldn't have like these bits wouldn't be lightsabers, would they? Right? Right? Have you ever tried Krita? I haven't ever tried Krita, Dave. I know of it. I know what it is. Is Krita the same as Manga Studio? Is that a different thing? I used Photoshop CS2 up until Josh told me about this being for sale. So I'm not really into. I actually really am not into digital art. I really like drawing, like it with a pen. So like I have a sketchbook, and I draw. So if you saw my, well, it's a bit dark, isn't it? A bit bright. If you saw my video, my Star Wars video recently, these are the sketches I just scanned these in, and then colorized them on Photoshop. This is really how I prefer to do all my work. Ooh, sneak preview of one video coming out later this year. If you can figure out what that is, you win a prize. But yeah, so I know of it, but I've never actually used it. It's an open source alternative to Photoshop. It's more of an artist tool. Yeah, so yeah, I'm familiar with it. I don't think I've ever used it. Oh no, I just realised my skull ran out of battery. Wait, did I not turn my skull on? What have I been doing this whole time? Quite a lot of my lights have run out of battery, haven't they? Oh well. We keep trucking on. We keep trucking on regardless. Let me just scroll back up. For the next stream, how about Napoleon Dynamite characters as Ninja Turtles? I could see Uncle Rico as Ralph. Matt Draper, have you seen the 2012 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles series? If you haven't, I highly recommend you do it. It's a very good bit of Turtles lore. But mostly because Napoleon Bonafrog is recast as Napoleon Dynamite, and it's John what's-his-face, the guy who actually plays Napoleon Dynamite, plays Napoleon Bonafrog, and there's like the dance scene from the film, the whole thing's there, but he's just a frog. Absolutely brilliant. And then for no reason, what's the leader of the frogs called? Genghis Frog? Genghis Frog is a guy doing oh man, I'm on the spot now. Streetcar Named Desire, Mutiny on the Bounty. Marlon Brando, doing a Marlon Brando impression, but doing Colonel Kurtz from Apocalypse Now. Like he's just a big frog and he's like, the horror. It makes no sense, but it's super good fun. But yeah, that would be cool. We could draw Napoleon Dynamite characters as Ninja Turtles. That works. Silver says, I realise the mechanics of lightsaber nunchucks is a wild feat of engineering. Yeah, it is a bit. The light whips do exist in the EU, so there is such a thing as a light whip. So like wibbly lightsabers, I'm happy for that to exist. I guess it's just the idea of it being a handle on each end. It makes no sense, but then that's really the point, isn't it? Like, we're not here to make sense. We're here to have fun. So Dave says, in my head, those bits would be the lightsabers. Yeah, so what? If you were... So Dave, this is like if a horse wore trousers, isn't it? If a nunchuck was a lightsaber, would you say this bit would be like the normal chain and then these bits would be lightsabers? Or would this whole thing be a lightsaber? Would the whole handle be the lightsaber and then just you have to hold the chain? Because now that's much worse. And they having lightsabers on the end? Nah. It's got to be lightsaber middle. It's got to be. I assumed the saber would come at the bottom, but I realised how impractical that is now. Oh, so Silver, you were also assuming the lightsaber would come out the bottom. So you were going chains in the middle. But I was like, it's like Darth Maul's thing. It like pulls apart, and then there's lightsaber in the, like, you know, instead of it to, it's got to go that. It's got to go this way. This is the only way it makes sense. And then Dave says, GIMP is a true alternative to Photoshop. Krita is more like this, I guess. Yeah, but GIMP's like Linux, isn't it? So like it's all got these weird keyboard shortcuts and stuff. Not for me. Not for me. Photoshop CS2. It's free. It's free. Right, it is time for me to do my Twitch thing, so I'm going to have to bow out. Enjoyed this. Great vibes. You need to be able to hold it unless you have special gloves. But then you hit people with the handle. Yeah, gloves. Now, you can't have lightsaber gloves, Dave. No. End of discussion. This has gone too far. This has gone too far. You've gone crazy. It's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. Attila the Frog is Marlon Brando as Colonel Kurtz. Yeah. See? She knows. We're there. We're loving it. Making light chain nunchucks. Gloves are too silly. Yeah, gloves. Can't have them. Nope. I refuse. So the next thing here is we need to give Donatello his thing. And then I think we'll probably be in a really good position to kind of end the stream. So just going to do a few more little marks in the middle of things. So just nice to get a few little bits and bobs here and there. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah. Quite like these hands. They came out really well, considering I just busted them out and I was like, I don't want to think about these hands for too long. Otherwise they'll make me sad. Oh, we need at least the suggestion of Donatello's. What do you call it? What do you call it? The little ninja thing. That'll do. The merest suggestion. And we'll just do a little bit of yeah, nice. Little bit of that. Little bit of that. We're laughing. So rather than erase this, because I really like it, I'm actually just going to do a new layer over the top. I'm just going to call this bow, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just paint some white over where I think it should go. Be a little non-destructive. Just a little. So this one's going to be like a more standard Darth Maul kind of vibe, right? It's just going to be long handle, long lightsaber blades. Oh yeah, but we can't have it going. I've got to think about composition. We can't have it going too far over there, but that's fine. That's fine. We're going to call this, we'll rename this bow blocker, and then we'll do another one over the top. We'll call this bow line. Good. Back in the game. Let's get these bits back because that looks nice. Yep, that'll do. Let's get that to a good size. Use square brackets to increase your brush up and down, by the way. Yeah, that's about the right size. So we're gonna, oh, well, do a big, don't forget, you gotta have a big, like, button thing in the middle. Yeah, that's good. Just do that. Yeah, that looks cool. And then what's gonna be, ooh, that's gonna have to, like come out over his arm, right? Like that. Yeah. Yeah, and then this side, like maybe to about there. He's holding it quite far apart, isn't he? But that's fine. I think that's fine. Yeah. So we just have to do a bit more of that, so it kind of looks like it's tucking out over his arm a little bit. Yeah, that'll do. Brilliant stuff. Brilliant stuff. Blaze says, do you animate? So I actually have a degree in animation, Blaze. My sort of official discipline is animation. That's kind of what I trained in, but I very rarely use it. I do a bit, like I do a tiny little bit of traditional animation on some of my videos for fun, but no further than that, because I don't actually get a lot of enjoyment out of it, to be honest with you, these days. I did a bit of commercial animation in the games industry many years ago now. But now I just do this kind of stuff for fun, if you can imagine such a thing. Yeah, that's nice. Nice little lightsaber handle. That looks really cute, actually. Yeah, I like that. Still think like this needs to come out a little bit. Where's the... Oh, okay, yeah. So we just need to... Yeah, there we go. Bit more of that. Bit more of that. On the line layer. Yeah, that's good. Like that. Like that. That's cool. Now what would the emitter look like on the bottom of this? Probably need to scrub away a little more of his arm. I quite like the idea of having a little kind of an Obi-Wan Kenobi style. How are we doing, chat? Slowed down a bit. Is no one interested in talking about crying at movies anymore? Have we done that? Have we exhausted that? Too much vulnerability for one night. I can understand that, to be honest with you. I could understand that. Right. Yeah, that's looking proper. That's looking proper. It's a bit thicker, isn't it? A bit thicker. The way out was great. Oh, the first way out was... Oh. Perfect. That'll do. That'll do. And we're going to delete this up to the line. The little blocker that I laid down. Oh, that's nice actually, isn't it? It's not as long. Like it's not... That's really thick, that. I need to fix that. That needs to be made way less thick. Well, that was a bit thick. Anyone else thinking of Wallace and Gromit? Right, so this has got to be really thin, like not thin, like short, because I don't want it to start crossing over into the nunchucks. I want them to be distinct when it comes to the presentation, so they're going to have to be like that. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Let's delete this up to the line. Then we'll zoom out and see how we've done. How many lights have I got left? We're all good on the blue. Oh! Accidentally hit rotate in my... Ah, silver, it's looking great. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you so much. That's super kind of you. I'm really happy with how this has come out. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Right, where is the rotate function? That's it. That's about equal length either side. Yeah, alright, that's looking pretty good. The only thing now I think we have to do is I just have to... This has to be thinned out. Because it's so much thicker than everyone else's. I wonder if I'm actually going to be able to... Yeah, it needs to be like that. That's what it needs to be like. Which means the rest of this... That needs to go. That needs to go. Hopefully we can get this all working, and no one will be any the wiser. Yeah, I think we've got away with that. Right, there they are. Ooh, Ooh, Studio Lottie. What are your biggest art influences? Well, I'm interested to know about the chat as well, whether or not the chat have got some interesting influences I'd like to talk about. But I have a fair whack of illustration influences. We mentioned earlier Mike Mignola. I think it needs to be said that Mignola continues to be a big influence on the kind of work that I want to do. Not necessarily the kind of person I want to be, but certainly his art style is like super iconic and very inspirational. At the minute, I'm very into Daniel Warren Johnson. I've been into him for a while. Andrew McLean is another one I really like. These guys have just got really, really lovely art styles. But the two artists I probably wish I could draw like the most would be Mobius and Carlos Esqueda, both of whom have this really great kind of Franco-Belgian European comic style, which is just this kind of stuff, but this very, very clean lines, very, very mindful placing of every line, every hatch. You can tell that they're masters at what they do. And I'd like to think I'm approaching it, but I think I'm also just chucking stuff down, not being particularly mindful about it. But yeah, those are probably my biggest influences. I mentioned earlier I really like Jay Lee. Jay Lee's a great comics illustrator who I really, really like. I think that's probably, I could probably go on all night, but those are probably my biggest ones. Like right now, in fact, I have some Daniel Warren Johnson, some Carlos Esqueda, and some Jay Lee illustrations up on my screen that I'm kind of using as inspiration. I'm not really approaching their level, but there you have it. Oh, do you know what I should do? I should probably show you, like, how... I just want to, before I end the stream, I was going to show this earlier. Check this out. How cool is this? Fellow who saw my Judge Dredd stream made me a badge. And it's like, it's a resin badge, but it's finished with like real copper powder. So it's like, it's really weighty and it's really metallic. But yeah, how sick's that? Bit of show and tell on the stream. Absolutely love that. Yeah, man, it's sick, right? So cool. I've never been sent stuff by a person, a person who's seen my videos and gone, oh yeah, that's cool. I want to send you something that I make. So that was incredibly cool. That was an incredibly cool experience. That's really fun. But yeah, so that's, I don't know if we're going to get, I'm not going to start colouring this up because that would add hours into the artwork, and I don't have hours to kind of spend. So I think we might be at a really good natural end point for tonight's stream, because oh man, I could sit and mark and sketch these little guys all night. Oh, that's nice, that the way that little shape came out. Yeah, that looks good. That looks nice. But yeah, I think a couple more minutes. Just a couple more minutes. I can stop anytime I like. Ooh, this is nice, isn't it? I really like the way this came out. This leg, these legs in particular, really like the way they came out. Really nice stuff. So Silver says this wasn't a stream, it was an art intervention. Honestly, man, like it does feel like that. Like eventually one of you's gonna have to put in the chat, Matt, stop. It's enough. That's enough now. He's dead, damn it. There is definitely a point of possibly diminishing returns, but right up until then, it just feels that you continue gaining by continuing to work into it. And this is definitely still giving. You ever watch Bob Ross and you see him, you know, I don't know, put a piece of paint down on the canvas and you go, Bob, you've wrecked it, mate. You've gone too far. You've wrecked it. And he always pulls it back at the end and you're like, oh, you know what, I wish I'd never doubted you, Bob. I'm sorry. I should never have doubted you. Hopefully anybody who's thinking, Matt, stop. I'll be like, nah, trust me, it'll all come together. Can't question the Ross. Oh man, like who doesn't love that? That's like goals, man. That would be goals. If you wanted to do an art stream, you want it to be like Bob Ross. Ooh, yeah, that was nice. Little bit under his arm there. That sexy hip. It's just too much, isn't it? It's too much. Who gave him that much power? Who let him do that? What I quite like here is I don't really know what's going on with this knee. But it looks good, doesn't it? It looks alright. Good looking knee, that. No fucking idea what it's all about. Right. That's got to be it. That's got to be it, right? A few more. Oh, yeah, a bit of... Oh, no, do you know what? Raph needs a crack. Raph needs a crack in the shell. Doesn't he? It's got to have a crack. Yep, that's nice. Little crack in the shell, missing tooth. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Oh yeah, a little bit of lip action. Solitary leader, Leo. Stoically at the back there. Ooh, Silver says, to be honest, I feel like you've achieved that there. The vibes are very similar. Man, that is a hell of a compliment. Thank you so much. So I think at this point, after 2.5 hours, I'm genuinely surprised how well this came out. I was bricking it at the beginning of this because I didn't think this was going to go so well. I was really nervous. I wasn't going to draw. I was going to get all flustered. And this actually came out really well. I'm really pleased. If I turn off the sketch layers, there we go. I really wish I could turn off these guides. Oh wait, is it? I think, yeah, they're their own layer, aren't they? They're their own layer. Yeah, I think that came out really, really good. I'm really pleased with that. Let's move it over so you can see it, so you don't have to look at me. There you go. There they all are. They probably need shadows on the ground. That's one thing I just noticed. That's one thing my art teacher would tell me. But yeah, I think that came out nice. Bit of colouring on that. I think we'll be alright. We'll be laughing. Matt Draper says, I love it. Thank you so much, Matt. It's really kind of you. It's very, very kind of you. HBR, I have been lurking, but I'm at work, so I haven't been listening. If it's ending soon, good stream. Also, nice artwork. Thanks, HBR. Yeah, I think we're going to wrap it up. I think that's a good amount of time. I'm really pleased with how much we got done in that time. And hey, maybe I'll colour it up on a future stream. I've got the next stream I'm going to do is I'm going to be streaming the Spawn action figure collection CD-ROM. So that will be, so please tune back in, like I think that might be like a week or two, doing that for the first bit of Spawntember. I can't wait to do that. That should be fun. Yeah, and then next video is Moztex. Here's the last action figure that I need to get the floppy disk out of the packaging, and then that's it. So yeah, awesome stuff. Thank you very much, everybody. Oh, no, now we're done with the artwork. Let's just do a bit of hey. Thank you, Crawl, for joining. Thank you for being here. That's super awesome. Thanks, HPR, for saying nice artwork. I super appreciate it. It's really kind of you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I had a hell of a time. I think that was a nice 2.5 hour stream. I think that was really sick. And yeah, see you in the next upload. See you in the next stream. And I'll post this on social. So if you see it coming up, don't forget to give it a like and all that good stuff. All right, I'm going to leave the chat up. And I'll catch you all next time. Thanks, everyone.
Climbing walls, that's a skill I would hone. Guys only focus then and now is taking girls home, but I'll stick to being a general.